Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our virtual book fair. So I'm Sharia Burnett, aka This Woman's Words, and I'm excited to have you all here with us today. It is my hope that during today's session, you are going to meet some of your new favorite authors. We're having this event today because it's National Family Literacy Month and also because this is Children's Book Week. This Woman's Words decided to coordinate a virtual book fair because it pays homage to my favorite time in elementary school, the Scholastic Book Fair, but it also combines my passions, literacy, and supporting authors of color. So thank you in advance to everyone who is tuning in and to those who will catch the replay. We have some amazing authors for you to learn more about and some great books that are available for you to purchase. The link to the virtual book fair shopping guide has been put subject of this video, but I will also add it into the comments so that it's easily accessible for everyone. It is a Google document, so when you click on it, it comes up like a spreadsheet. You will see the author's name in one column, and then all the information that you need will be to the right of it. If you have any questions about it, feel free to reach out to me, or you will find the author's email addresses listed, and you can definitely reach out to them if you have a question about their work. The link to the shopping guide will also be shared after this is over. So if you miss it in the comments or for some reason it's not working for you in the Facebook Live video, I will also post it on my Facebook page and make that shareable so that you can use it that way as well. And this video will be uploaded to YouTube in the event that something happens to the Facebook Live. We'll still have a recording and be able to upload it for your viewing pleasure later today. Now that we have all the logistics out of the way, we're going to get to the good stuff, which is the books. Unfortunately, some of our authors are going to be a little bit late or are not able to attend at all. So we're going to skip our first two authors and come back to them later. So kicking us off will be Teisha Glover and Nicole.
Good morning. I'm Teisha Glover and
I'm Nicholas Glover.
And we're the authors of David Speaks, a Brother with Autism. We were inspired to write this book, David Speaks, a Brother with Autism, because my younger son, Davis, has autism. And Nicholas is my son. And we together wanted to write a story to celebrate their special relationship and also to promote autism awareness and acceptance. David Speaks, a Brother with Autism has a few things we think that you would appreciate. Of course, the first thing is inclusion, autism acceptance and awareness. But some of the other things that the book address are sibling relationships, brotherhood, love, and compassion. So you can find David Speaks, a Brother with Autism at our website, tgloverbooks.com. And we're also available on Amazon.com and major bookstore websites such as Walmart.com, Barnes and Noble, Target, and am I forgetting anybody?
No.
Okay.
Unless you're from our area and then we're sold in some of our local bookshops.
Yes, we live in North Carolina. We live in New Bern, North Carolina, and locally you can find us at the Tryon Palace History Museum bookstore and gift shop, and you can find us at a local bookstore that sells local books as well. So we hope you would enjoy our book, and again, you can find us on all the major websites, including Amazon.com, or you can go directly to our website, tgloverbooks.com. Davis, would you like to say hi? Yeah. Okay, come on. And this is Davis. Say hi, Davis.
Hi.
All right. Thank you so much for your time. And again, we hope you enjoy our book. You can find us again at tgloverbooks.com.
Thank you, Teisha, Nicholas, and Davis. So now I'm going to turn it over to Chase Clark, who is stepping in for Landon and Salina Clark.
Hi, everybody. Like she said, my name is Chase Clark, and I'm here on behalf of my mom, Salina Barksdale-Clark, and my brother, Landon Clark, who co-wrote Mommy, If You Just Hold My Hand, which is right here. So Mommy, If You Just Hold My Hand really follows their relationship and how my mom and my brother look to uplift each other to be the best they can be. This book is really for everybody. If you have a child in your life or even an adult who you wish to uplift, to let them know how much they mean to you and how much they can accomplish with a hand and guidance in their life, this is definitely the book for you. It's available here. We live out of Greensboro, the Greensboro High Point area. So it's available at the Savor the Moment Bakery, as well as Ben's Boys. And you can also purchase it at their website, which is momandsonwriters.com. And they are also available on major reselling options such as Target.com, Walmart, and Barnes and Nobles as well. So I won't go too far into it since this is not my baby, but I appreciate the opportunity to speak on behalf of my mom and my brother, who are really sad that they couldn't be here, but really appreciated to be a part of this as well. Thank y'all.
Wonderful job, Chase. I knew you were going to hit it out the park. Look at you. Next up, we have the amazing, the incomparable, the one, the only, Adrienne Barr.
Hello, everyone. As Sharia said, my name is Adrienne Barr, and I wrote Dancing with Butterflies, Discovering Mindfulness Through Breathing. This book educates the reader how to overcome anxiety via breathing techniques. It also brings about community, right? When we're going through things, big or small, that community, that compassion, that actually conversing with the ones who are in our family to support us, to get us through whatever struggle it is so we can get our way to success. That is all implemented in the book. It also highlights diverse types of dancers, right? Not every dancer is in her cute little tutu with a bun. It's celebrating a variety of different hairstyles, right? Because we are all unique, and what a blessing that is. You can find this book on Amazon.com, or you can go to my website at www.authoradriennebarr.com. On that site, not only will you find the book, you'll also find some merch. So I have masks, cups, I'm a huge t-shirt fan, so there's some t-shirts out there, some tapestries, some pillows. Additionally, if you order from my website, you'll be getting an autographed copy, and with that autographed copy, you also get a cute little bookmark. And who doesn't need more bookmarks? Not sure if you can see that, but we have that there too. And I also insert a fun little coloring page for the kiddos. So when you're supporting an author directly through their website, you're not just, you're supporting them in a variety of ways. And typically they kind of give you some little perks. So thank you very much. I hope you guys go ahead and shop.
Thank you, Adrienne. Next up, we have, I don't even know how to lead into this. I'll just tell y'all, it's Crystal McLean. Come on, Crystal.
Hi, everyone. My name is Crystal McLean. I am the best-selling author of Harmony in the Empty Piggy Bank, a book that teaches about money, healthy money habits, entrepreneurship, budgeting, persistence. I wrote this book because I recognize that financial literacy is not taught in the school system, and our kids need to know about managing their money. And so I really wrote this as a fun, easy reader chapter book to really teach kids healthy money habits. And it gives them some journals in it in the back where they're able to really retain what they've learned. You can purchase this book on Amazon, any major retailers, Walmart, Target, Books A Million, Barnes and Noble. If you want to really get spunky, you can come to my website at www.authorcrystalmclean.com, and you're able to purchase your autographed copy, which comes with a bookmark, and it also comes with $1. I believe in investing in every person that receives this book into their piggy banks, because we don't want any empty piggy banks. So every copy that's autographed by me will come with their bookmark and $1. That is their first seed into their piggy bank, because I believe that we have to change the trajectory of this conversation and ensure that our kids have a better financial future than we ever had. Again, I'm Crystal McLean signing out, but I thank you for everything that you can do to support Harmony in the Empty Piggy Bank. Thanks.
Thank you, Crystal. I like the $1. It's a good idea. I like it. Next up, we have Dr. Pam Misher.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Pam Misher, and I'm excited to be here today. I am a children's literature book author. I started with a series of children's books because as a retired principal, I did not see, when I started over 30 years ago, a lot of books for children of color. There weren't any in the 80s when I started working in education. And I live in Greensboro, North Carolina at this time. So I wanted to write children's book, and I used a dog, a little puppy, to get the kids interested from ages 3 to about 8 or 9 about character education. So my first book, you probably can't see it there. My first book deals with the dog, and it's called Carter and a Special Night Out. And it deals with not leaving home alone. Things can happen when you leave home alone. So we talk about that one. In the second book, Carter meets a new friend. He meets a cat. And because he's different, he thinks he can mistreat them. So we're talking about being kind to one another, even though we're different. We don't mistreat anyone. So kindness is the second one. And behind me in the back, you'll see my Christmas book. Carter has to make a Christmas decision about some places that he wants to go and things he wants to do. He meets a bully, another dog that tries to bully him to make decisions that he doesn't need to make. And so my fourth Carter book will come out in January, and it's called Carter Solves a Huge Problem There, makes a decision about things that he has to do in life. So the main reason why I wrote these Carter books is to grab the audience, the young audience, about character education, to make sure that we are teaching our kids the character traits that we need to have in life. And you can buy all of my Carter series books on Amazon. Also, if you want to contact me, you can locate me on Facebook and Instagram. Just put in author Pam Misher. Also, my website is www.spmeducationalconsultants.com, because I also consult as well in schools. And so please spread the word. We need more books of color for young children. And we need to really get out there about character education because of what we're seeing in the United States today. Just kindness, respect, obedience. Those are the key components that you will find in my Carter series. Again, thank you. And I live in Greensboro, but feel free to contact me or email me at authorpammisher@gmail.com. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Misher. My mom was a teacher, so I'll have to make sure I pass on your series to her because I'm sure she will love it. And she was also teaching in Guilford County. So this is full circle. All right. Next up, we have Tracey Nicole Hayes.
Good morning. I'm Dr. Tracey Nicole Hayes, and I'm a freelance writer, editor, and author. My first book, entitled When You're Called Mommy, The Joys and Heartbreak of Being a Foster Parent, is my memoir. And I share my experience of being a foster parent. And as the title suggests, when you're called mommy, whether it's your biological child, adopted child, foster child, or a child entrusted to your care, when they call you mommy, you will move heaven and earth to ensure that they are safe and happy. So as an advocate for children who are in the foster care system, I recently started a children's book line specifically for children who feel othered, like they don't belong. And it's called fightforchildren.com. Fight, the number 4, children.com. And my first children's book is entitled Annie's Hope. And it's about a little girl who feels that she doesn't fit in. And even her dreams aren't as big as everyone else's. And she wonders when her turn is coming. It's a children's book, but I wrote it with adults in mind because sometimes we wonder when our turn is coming in our careers, our finances, our relationships. So it's a story about hope. It rhymes, so it's easy to memorize to give encouragement when you need it most. My next children's book will come out in early spring. I've co-authored it with my dear friend Felicity Watts, and it's called There's Gray Hair in My Puffballs. It's Felicity's autobiographical story of having gray hair at an early age and searching for the meaning behind this gray hair. It's a story of embracing differences and seeing the beauty in that difference. So thank you in advance for supporting local Black authors who are often underrepresented in the traditional publishing world. It is invaluable as Dr. Misher said, for our children to be able to read stories and see themselves in positive, affirming light. So thank you again. Quality products at today's virtual book fair. Again, my website is fightforchildren.com, and you can follow me at Dr. Hayes Books. I wanted to read a quick page. Each day I'm getting bolder. I'm erasing all the doubt. Each day I'm getting closer to figuring it out. Thank you.
That was wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Hayes. Next up, we have Alamance County's own Melissa Enoch.
Good morning. How are you? Can you all hear me? You can? Good.
Yes, we can.
Women in Strength is my my nonprofit organization, and I always lead with that because I've been in the field of drugs and alcohol for 27 years. If but not for women, I don't know how I would have survived that long. I'm near retirement. That's what I keep telling people. But Women in Strength actually comes from this book. It was called The Strength of Her Words. I find it interesting. She was sharing about foster and when they call mom. So my name is Melissa Enoch, and I'm an adopted person. My parents adopted me at the age of 6 months. And one of the assignments that I would give to my clients would be to consider resentments. I'm a drug and alcohol counselor, a mental health therapist. So one of the assignments would be to look at their lifeline. And I don't ask anybody to do anything I'm unwilling to do myself. So what I did was I did my own lifeline, and what I determined or someone thought about was abandonment issues and rejection issues. As an adopted person, not knowing your blood, not knowing your background, not knowing any of those things. And in that timeline, what they share is when you're in recovery in the field of substance use disorders, what you do is you want to have an air of gratitude. So what I did is I wrote to each one of the women, including my adopted mother, who I've never met before, the mother that adopted me, and then all of the women in my past, and just basically gave a snippet about them. For example, my grandmother used to take me fishing, and I just learned about casting your net. And so that's a meaning to each one of the stories behind it. And from this book, a lot of people think that I have a for-profit organization that's called Trinity Counseling Services. And they'll say, well, how did you come up with your business? And I have to emphasize to them that my book came first. I first published in 2004. And then I republished in 2019. And unfortunately, out of all of these women, and I'm glad that I was able to write to them, but all of the women, except for one person, my aunt, is deceased, and 3 of my employers, I don't even know where they are now, but I was able to share with these women before they passed on what they meant to me. And then I created the nonprofit Women of Strength, because again, at the time that I wrote the book, I'm in the field of substance use disorders. I didn't have any women to look to, no women to mentor me, no women to connect with, no women to kind of hold me up. And as a therapist, you know, it was really hard to, and I'm trying not to talk so fast, and I apologize. And I apologize for being late because I just left my group. Somebody had to support me in order for me to be here. I had to call in some help. If you had asked me that 15 years ago, I would have been like, I got it. But I've learned as I've gotten older that no, I need all the help I can get. I need to widen this circle. And I appreciate being a part of this circle that you all have going on today. So I apologize for speaking quickly because I'm very passionate about women and women issues, and I've been passionate since college. But, you know, one of the things that I noticed all those years ago is when we go through something, it was a little hard to go sit. If you're going through substances at yourself, it's a little hard to go sit with your clients, you know, and feel private because, you know, it's almost, you need a separate place for. As a professional, I believe to be so, and there was really nowhere to go. You know, things like domestic violence, where does a therapist go if she's being abused? Who does she call? Who does she reach out to? Or what about, you know, issues on the job? I just learned what microaggressions were in the last couple of years, but, you know, how are you a Black woman or a woman of color? And even to today, I can run my business and I'm on the wall of my business, but if there's a person of another ethnicity that is in this organization. I have 2 masters and a couple of degrees, and I'm not saying that flippantly. I'm just saying I'm identifying that, but they'll come in and they'll address the other individual as if I don't have the 27 years of experience. And that kind of weighs on you mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. So Women of Strength is also for that purpose. It allows individuals to come together and communicate freely about that. It's an educational organization. We do workshops, substance use workshops. I'll go anywhere and talk to anybody about educating them about substances or mental health. Enrichment is the Trinity, where is a value in your experience, and the enlightenment is the part where I began to write. And I've been a writer for a long time. I write poems. I'm not published. I wrote this one, and this one's really been my hallmark, but I really started writing in the pandemic. Actually, I'm working with someone now. My next book is going, I have 99 problems, but being saved isn't one. And I'm really excited about that one. I published my mother's cookbook. I was able to do that before she passed away. She passed away 2020 at the year of 80. When she was 75, I did her cookbook. And I thank Sharia for publishing that on her site. I gave away the chicken pie recipe. People couldn't believe that I actually gave away a family recipe. I'm like, I don't cook like that. And it was really selfish that I did that, because I hope that people will take the recipe and call me and want me to sample it. So that was really a selfish intention that I did that. So I didn't mind giving it away. And I hope that you all go to her website and look at it and say, you know what, Melissa gave me an idea, and y'all can call me 704-807-2181 and I'll come and pick it up. I'm sorry. I'm dead serious though. I'm so serious. I can't be any more serious than that. And I don't want to take a lot more time, but I am passionate about different things. Yet one thing I am also passionate about is we were able to, in my mother's honor, put a Women of Strength, was able to receive a charter for the Little Free book. And, you know, it's like the give a book, take a book. And it's actually at the Green Level Town Hall. The town of Green Level is where I'm from. We were able to put it there. Green Level is an old school. I just got a book. It talks about Charlotte and the Piedmont. So hopefully I'll be able to put some pictures and things together, sort of representing what has become a forgotten area of Alamance County. They mentioned the town of Green Level, and they go Green Level, but it's where I was born and raised, and it's where I was able to come out of, and I feel really grateful for the opportunities that have been afforded. And it is my goal to begin the work to make that area not a forgotten area through my writings. But you are able to find me, Trinity Counseling, trinitycounselingcharlotte.com is my for-profit. Women of Strength, nc.webs.com is my nonprofit. And then I have a site for myself, which is melissaenoch.com. I got too many websites. If you Google Melissa Enoch, you might find an astronomer that is in Arizona. That's not me. But if you find someone that it says substance abuse services or substance use disorders or anything mental health, then that is me. So if you get confused about that, but thank you for the opportunity to share with you all, ladies. You sound, the ones that I've heard sound like you have a lot of good things going on, and I'm glad that we're able to be here together on a Saturday morning. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Melissa. Oye.
I'm not sure I'm going to be able to follow that up, but thank you for allowing me to be here. It's a major honor. Sure, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for putting this together, and Adrienne for bringing me into this fold. So my name is Oye Akintan, one of the founders of Kids Plenty Inc. My wife unfortunately couldn't join us because she's got kid duties at this point. So she's trying to make sure she holds down the fort. Someday y'all will see her. But anyway, so for us, what we do, let's start with Kids Plenty, because our mission is really what defined with the book that we ended up writing. So our mission at Kids Plenty is to kind of focus on education and entertainment and making sure that our children are empowered, because we have two young kids, 9 and 6 now, a girl and a boy, and they're the crux of the first storybook that we wrote. And one of the things we also focus on is technology. We use technology to ignite the love of learning in children and their family. So you will see a little bit of that in everything that we do. So we wrote a book during the pandemic, and that's when we launched. And it was the story about Zeze, who's likes to copy everything his sister does, but he gets to learn a lesson. right? It says family really taught him a whole lot of things. And this is homage to basically every one of us, as many of us as we can think back to sibling rivalries, the ones that don't understand what independence is, they want to copy someone. So our book is really about that, is to educate children about copying being a good thing if you do it right and not become a follower. So the book, Zeze the Copycat, covers many life stories around being an individual, but an independent one that can also learn from someone else, as opposed to using it to annoy someone. We basically wrote this book for the two kids, right? So you also have the siblings, the rivalry that's going on, interaction between a sister and a brother. So this is a great gift for children to learn about copycat behavior. It's also a great tool for parents and educators, because in the back of it, and I'll show you the inside, we also wrote a guide, right? We wrote a guide on some of the things that people can, one thing you can do to is, one, learn about the behavior, and two, some of the things you can do to help children understand what that behavior is and how to get the positive part out of it. So one of the amazing things we also did was we created a mobile app. So you won't be able to see my screen as well because it's all technical. So, but if you go on Google or Apple's App Store, you can download this app today for free under a business name called Kids Plenty, Kids Plenty. If you search for that, you will find it. And what you'll be able to do is turn this book into something much more interactive. You'll be able to scan the pages of the book, and we have characters from the book that actually come to life and help teach your children sight words, right? So they get to learn and they can speak back to them, and it's an interactive application. Another cool thing is they can also, there's another feature where they can pick one or two of the characters, place them in a room. So we're using 4D augmented reality to do all this stuff. It's something new to the world. And you can basically play a song from the list and they can dance with this, right? Share to the TV. So it's interactive time. There's a lot of pointers in the book. The illustrations are absolutely, at least we think it's amazing. We're not being subjective or anything, right? But we have amazing illustrations here that really kind of calls for discussion, right? There's a lot of things in there that are Easter eggs, some only known to us because we wanted it to be like that. However, the ultimate goal that we had was that we want to empower children. We wanted our children to see themselves in books. We wanted your children to see themselves in books, not just that, but also in technology. So when we developed the app, we wanted it to be different, right? We wanted it to represent who we are as parents and as a community. So if you pick up our book today, you can get it on our website, kidsplenty.com. It's on Amazon, but if you go on our website, we have a 20% off sale. You don't have to do anything, no special code. Just go on the website, click the product. Because Ciara put us here today, we said, listen, we'll give it a huge discount today. But the additional thing is, in addition to a book, right? So Zeze the Copycat is the one, right? You can see right there. We also have other books that we in the series. One is a composition notebook that we created so that kids can learn to write and write better. But while they're doing that, you remember we said entertain, right? We also talked about a few things. So one of some of the things you'll find is we also have positive affirmation coloring pages inside of our notebooks, right? So normally you get notebooks and it's just plain. We wanted it to be a little bit more fun for kids so that when they're writing and they're tired of writing, they can do something else that's fun a little bit in between. But in addition to that, we also have a coloring book for Zeze and Soso. So you can go on an adventure with them and learn different things about money, about business, about different things. So we cover multitude of things, right? So they get to try different activities and things like that. So we only sell those as a bundle with a Zeze Copycat. So on that site, if you go there, that's the only place you get this as a bundle. But all these books are also available under Kids Plenty on Amazon. So I want to say a huge thank you to Ciara again for giving us the opportunity to be out here. I wish my wife can join us today, but don't worry, she'll partake in one of this things soon. And I want to say a huge thank you to all the authors that are putting out amazing products out there. I being an author, I know what it takes. I know it's a lot of work. So keep doing what you're doing. We need you. We need a lot more of your products. You're putting a message out there that somebody needs, right? Maybe not everybody, but somebody needs it. So each person that you touch matters, right? So let's keep doing what we do. And again, thank you very much for this opportunity.
So I don't know what I appreciate more, Oye's words of wisdom or his hat, but It just made my whole day. Thank you, Oye. It's always a pleasure. Next up, we have Adrienne Free, everybody's favorite Aggie. Come on through.
All right now, thank you for the introduction. Hello, I'm Adrienne Free, a best-selling author of Differently Daphne. I am a BPI warrior, meaning that I affectionately call myself that, and it's a term that we use in the community, but I am an individual that sustained a traumatic birth injury called Erb's palsy. It's one of the types of brachial plexus injuries, and it's an injury that affects my left arm, the mobility, the growth, as well as the sensation in my left arm. And however, understanding that I have this disability, I do not let it stop me from doing the things that I want to do in life. And having the encouragement and the reinforcement from positive friends, teachers, and of course, my parents and my family has been the thing that has helped to catapult me to be as confident as I am, to be able to go and pursue things without putting that limitation on myself to think that I cannot succeed because I have a disability. And so I've translated that into my book, Differently Daphne, as it is about a little girl named Daphne who goes to school. And as she comes amongst her peers, she realized she has a difference. And at first she's down and, downtrodden about the fact that she has a difference and that it unfortunately initially, leads to a not so good of an outcome when she plays a game with the team of her friends in class. And however, she goes home and she's able to be encouraged and empowered by her mom, as well as her friends and her teachers. And she's given an affirmation that she's able to apply and to help her to think outside the box of how she can now approach life in a manner where she can still do things just as anyone else, even if she has to do it in a different way. And so this book is a fun rhyming book. It has little Easter eggs in it as well, butterflies on each page. So it gives an opportunity for children to look for butterflies on each page, as the butterflies symbolize that we are all different, but yet we are all beautiful. So I wanted to have that constant reminder on each page. And then, like I said, there's also an affirmation in the book as well, where the child is able to write in their own name and apply that affirmation to themselves through life, if they have a disability or a difference that you want to help encourage them through. So you can find my book on my website, author adriannefree.com, and that's Adrianne, ANNE, free.com. And you can also find it on Amazon as well and other major retailers. My book, when you purchase it on my website, comes with a nice little bookmark also. And then I also incorporate some decorative butterflies that you can hang as a constant reminder that, like I said, even though you may be different, you're still beautiful. And so it encourages and empowers children with disabilities, whether they're physical or not, to know that they are just as capable and just as qualified as anyone else, even if they have to approach things in a different manner. So I hope you support and shop with me. And thank you for allowing me to be able to share my book and my story with you guys.
So that's the thing about Adrienne, right? Is that she can't decide whether she wants me to laugh hysterically or cry. Like she almost evokes tears every time because she's just so magical. I love it. I love all parts of it.
Oh, thank you.
So next we've got Tia Palmer.
Thank you so much for creating this platform. I'm so happy to see everybody here. I feel inspired because all I have is books to offer right now. I need to step my game up because y'all got a lot happening. So my first book is Career Day. And this book was inspired by my dissertation when I was in school was about Black females in STEM and the realization that there's not a lot of us there. So this book is dedicated to that and about, little girls understanding that they have a world of possibilities and different avenues they can go down as far as careers. My second is All of Me. And this one was about a little girl just exploring all of her body parts and the different things that she can do with those body parts. And my last one was inspired by, so I have 5 children and 1 girl. So I have a lot of boys. So I realized that, okay, my other 2 books were about girls, and I felt like my little boys needed some attention. So I made sure that this main character in Number Slumber was a little boy. And I actually used my husband's baby pictures as inspiration for the main character. So this probably is one of my favorites. But my daughter was the inspiration behind my other 2 books. My characters were basically based on her. And in this book, it's a rhyming book about bedtime. And basically a countdown from 10 to 1 to bedtime. So these are my 3 books: Career Day, All of Me, and Number Slumber. I'm sorry, I'm kind of talking fast. I have a 1-year-old here, and my other kids decided that they had lives too. So they kind of left me here with him, and he's not happy. So thank you.
No problem. Thank you for being here, Tia. It's great to meet you and great to have you in this space. And as far as them having all kinds of stuff, girl, I stay impressed. I don't know when they all became website designers, and Oye got a whole app, and it's Adrienne steady coming out with stuff, and I'm just over here amazed every time. So I'll connect you all so that they can help you get all that too. So with that being said, 4 of our authors were not able to be with us today because of various issues. And we know that life happens, but that doesn't mean that you stop supporting your community. So I am standing in for the 4 of them today. The first one is Haelee Moone. Haelee is 14, 15 years old. Haelee, don't come for me. So Haelee is an amazing author who is doing a lot around self-love and empowerment. And she told us on the virtual reading series that she got her start by going through some issues with a close friend and realizing that maybe her friendship wasn't the healthiest friendship. Maybe it was a little toxic. And based on that, she had to do a lot of growth and development, especially during COVID. So Haelee is doing some great work for kids her own age and those younger. So she's got, the rules of a big boss, and then she's got the rules of a little boss, because that's Haelee. She is someone who I think a lot of our teenage readers would mesh well with. So if you have teenagers in your life who may not have the best self-esteem, or who might have some issues about some of the things happening around them or their friendship circle, I think Haelee is a great author for you to consider purchasing from for them. And her website is www.thebookofselflove.com. It's also dropped in the comments for you, along with the websites and contact information for all of our other authors who are on the screen today. Haelee's father is also another one of our authors, Dedrick Moone. And Dedrick is writing a variety of stories, and he's actually in the process of releasing another children's book. So his website is the same, www.thebookofselflove.com. I encourage you to sign up for their newsletter. They are doing a lot to support different communities and different authors, youth who are doing a lot around literacy. And so I think it would be very beneficial for you to latch on to either one of them, not only to purchase books, but to kind of see what's going on in the literacy world and how they are having an impact. Our third author who's not able to be here today is Patty Holmes. Patty does not have a website, but she does have a Facebook page, which I have put in the comments. And Patty does a lot of work around immigration and things of that nature. And in fact, I will just read to you what Patty said to me about herself, which was that she is a Mexican immigrant achieving the American dream. She's an author, a TV radio producer, and an inspirational speaker. So I encourage you all to like her Facebook page to learn more about her and to find where you can purchase her work. And then our last author who is not able to be here today is Ciara L. And Ciara, we are sending healing thoughts to you and your family. But Ciara's website is Ciara, CIARAL, healbooks.com. It is also in the comments, and I encourage you to check her out. I want to thank everybody that is on this screen with us today. Each of you authors serves a special place in our community, not just the community from the virtual reading series, but in the general community of people of color. So you all have come together and done me a great solid by showing up on a Saturday morning to talk about your books, your passions, and how people can support you. So I thank you all for supporting me, and I encourage our audience to support you. We don't have the virtual reading series, at least for the time being. So this is a wonderful way for you to continue to support literacy, right? Is to purchase these books, to get these apps, to talk about the things like financial literacy that we're not often talking about in our community and with our kids. And so these authors have created some great work, activity books, apps, programs, talking points to help you have those conversations that maybe weren't had with you as a child and that you would like to have with your kids. So I want to thank all the viewers. I want to thank the replay viewers. I want to thank all the people that are on this screen, not all smiling at me, but all happy to be here. I want to thank everybody that has shared the video. I see y'all in the comments and I keep getting the share notifications. So I know that y'all are out there and I greatly appreciate it. Hopefully this virtual book fair was something that you all found to be a great experience. Hopefully we can have more of these in the future since, you know, COVID is still real and not everybody is in North Carolina. But in the event that we have more virtual book fairs, that information will be shared on Facebook and other platforms. I encourage you to check out the shopping guide. I encourage you to reach out to the authors on the screen, and I encourage you to continue to promote literacy in your personal life. So with all that being said, it's been great having you all back for our Saturday adventure about literacy.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful day. Happy shopping.
Thank you. Take care.